Hey guys, so I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about money. I feel like money makes the world go around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I feel like most people will do a lot of things for money, whether that be good or bad. And I feel like this is important to talk about because I feel like I know God has brought me to a point to where I had a lot of money and I was doing very good and I was making a lot of money at that specific job that I was at, to him telling me to leave that job to where I did not have a job and I was not making money, and it was just a complete transformation, and it was a very big transition in my life to going from having it to not having it at all, but him still providing. So first thing I want to talk about is, obviously, like I was saying, I feel like most people will do a lot of things for money. I feel like, obviously, the love of money is the root of all evil because, like I was saying, most people will do a lot of things for money, whether that be good or bad. And, like, my experience with it is, like I was saying, like, having it to not having it, having it was nice, but I was working at a place that I felt miserable at. Like, I knew I was completely out of God's will for my life. I was not where I should be. I shouldn't have been around those certain type of people. I should not have been, I just shouldn't have been there. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, God will use it as a testimony, but I just felt in my heart that, like, I wasn't meant to be there long term. But I stayed because of fear, not having a job, not making money, and not having money, So once I finally, obeyed God and left and got to a point to where I was so miserable that I was just like, you know what, like, I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. That's when God took me through a transition to where it felt like he was cleansing me. Like, he took me through a point to where it was a very humbling experience, to where, like, I didn't, have the money, so I couldn't go out and do the things that I seen other people doing, and I couldn't spend, this amount of money. I couldn't go buy this. I couldn't go do this, but God gave me enough to where I was, like, I was okay, like, I never went hungry. God, he provided for my needs, and obviously, like I was saying, he provided for my needs, through it all. But of course I was like, I really want a job. I really want to be making money. I want to buy this. I want to buy that, and he took me through that entire process, and I can obviously say now that I'm thankful for it, even though it was super long and tiring and exhausting. It was well worth it because it did humble me, and I started to know God on a completely different, like, level. Like, I knew him. He revealed himself to me during that process, and it was very beautiful, and I'm thankful for it. Obviously, at the time, it was very hard, and I didn't know why it had to happen, but I know now that it was well worth it, and who knows, maybe that, just by me saying that, could help somebody else. So, and I pray so, obviously. But you know me, I get off topic. I talk about, one thing to the next, but whether you're at that place to where you're out of line, out of God's will, or you're going through that process, regardless of it all, God is going to take care of you. Like, regardless if you have like $1,000, like $10 million in your account, to $1 in your account, God is still going to provide for you. I wasn't going to say like 1,000, because, like, I would, you know what I'm saying? Like, the largest amount of money would be like, I don't know, $1 billion or something. I don't know. Just a really large amount of money. Whether you have that, or no money, God is going to take care of you, because I was in both positions. Obviously, I didn't have a billion dollars, and I had a little bit more than, no money, but God still provided for me either way, to where I had a lot to having very little. God still made sure that I was okay, and God still had little situations happen to where I was like, all right, that's him. That was God, And I don't want you to feel like, why am I having to go through this? Like, why do I have to suffer in this type of way? Because I definitely asked that. I definitely had, the case of the whys. Like, why is this happening to me? Like, why do I have to go through this? But you come out so much more stronger, and you come out with so much more, knowledge and wisdom, obviously from God. So never, downplay your transformation, because God can use anything and everything as a testimony to somebody else, to give wisdom and to provide for somebody else. So if God is telling you to do something, if God is telling you to leave someplace, if God is telling you to give something up, please listen and please do it, because you have no idea how many people that can impact and save. And even now, like, I don't want to seem like I'm perfect, because I hate that. I hate, people like looking up to me, or, thinking I'm higher, like, like I'm holier than thou. Like, I don't like that. Like, I've made a lot of mistakes, and I'm nowhere perfect, and I'm still trying to learn God. I'm still trying to, figure myself out, but also not necessarily figure him out, because we'll never truly figure God out, but getting to know him more, and I still struggle with, like, certain things, like we all, like, I'm human, but through it all, God has shown me so many things, and has humbled me when it comes to money, and has humbled me to a point to where I'm not bound to it anymore. Like, I'm not bound to money. I believe it's a good thing to have. Money can help you in a lot of ways, but I know that even if I didn't have any in my account, that God would still provide for me. And I feel like that's the most important to know, because once you truly, like, in your heart know that, you have no reason to stress. You have no stress, because you know that regardless of it all, he's still going to provide for you and provide for your needs. And he's using that point in your life as a testimony for other people. I just want to say, like, don't be discouraged in a certain situation or a certain time in your life, because I know I was, because that was that point to where I wasn't working and I wasn't making money. Like, that was an extremely, extremely, extremely hard, and, like, just a really hard point in my life. But now that I'm past that and God has brought me through that, it's nice to look back on, because it's like looking at what I came from, what God has brought me through to where I am now. It shows how much God was truly there and what he was trying to do in my life, But yeah, I hope this helped in some type of way. I know I say that in, like, every video, like, hey, I hope this helped. I really do hope it helped in some type of way. I know I need to get more, and I say this too, like, I need to get more consistent with these videos, which I pray God will help me with, because that's another thing I struggle with. But again, I hope this helped you in some type of way, and until next time, bye.